Hi there, this is Becky, and welcome to Module 5, Part 4, Creating a Google Form and Embedding it into your Google site. In this tutorial, we're going to work together to create a form, add questions, find the link to the live form, cover response collection, and embed the form into your Google website. To begin, start at the UNCG homepage and select the iSpartan icon. And then select Drive and log in if you need to. This is my homepage for my Drive. Today we're going to create a form. So go to Create, select Form. Let's go ahead and give your form a name and press OK. The first thing I want to include is a brief note to my parents. So I'm going to go to Add Item, select Section Header. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. I'm going to say Field Trip Description. I'm going to type my note. And I press Done. And I see I have a question up here. It says Untitled Question, Option 1. I don't really want that there, so I'm going to press Delete. And now I'm going to scroll down to Add Item. This is what we're going to do each time we want to add a question. The first question I want to add is a text-based item. I'd like to collect the student's name. And then I'm going to select Done. And I also need to collect the parent or guardian's name. So I go to Add Item. I'm going to do another text box question. And I'm simply going to type in parent guardian name and press Done. The next thing I want to know is if my students have allergies to food, drugs, or other items that I need to be aware of. So I'm going to go to Add Item. This time I'm going to use a checkbox question. So I'm going to say allergies to food, drugs, other. And then I'm going to include an additional note in the help text box. And my first item is going to be food allergies. My next choice is going to be drug allergies. I'm going to add another selection that says no allergies. And then my last choice is going to be other. You can see here under other that there's a box where a person can list any other comments. And I'm going to press Done. The next thing I want to be sure to collect is the emergency contact information. So I'm going to go to Add Item. This time I want to give my parents or guardians a little more room to type their information, so I'm going to choose paragraph text. And I'm going to say Done. And then finally, I want to make sure my child has permission to attend the field trip. I'm going to use a multiple choice selection. And my responses are yes, no, and then I'm going to give my parents an option to select if they would like to talk to me more about the field trip. And then I'm going to press Done. And then I'm going to add one more item, a paragraph text item, just so my parents can list any other questions or concerns. And I'm going to select Done. So I'm just scrolling back to the top to see if everything looks like I'd like it to look. I'm going to go ahead and select the theme. Here we have several options. I'm going to select the sample form and say OK. And now you see that my theme is bluebirds. And you can go back and change this at any time. Now I would like to see what my live form is going to look like. So I go over here to the right and click on View Live Form. And I'm just going to scroll down and take a look. And I think it looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and close that box. and I'm going to proceed to my Google site and embed the form directly into the website. Okay, here at my website, I'm going to go to the field trip page that we set up earlier. And I'm going to select Edit Page. And then over here to the left, I'm going to select Insert. And then over to the right, I see Drive, so I'm going to click on Drive and then scroll over and select Form. And then I'm going to find my Google form I just created. I'll click on it and select. Those settings are fine as is, so I'm going to press Save. And then to see how my form really looks, I need to press Save. And then I'm going to scroll down a little bit and take a look. And I am satisfied. And so now my field trip form is ready to go. And one more thing I'd like to show you is back in your Google Drive. This item is the link that will open your field trip permission form in the edit mode. And right below that, you see I have the same selection, but responses. So by clicking on that, you'll see all of the same questions, but in a spreadsheet format. So when you want to look for your responses, this is where you'll look.